F1 Manager 22 is all about getting results on the track as a team principal, but without the right staff in your team, you'll only ever struggle at the back. Recruitment goes beyond just drivers though, with 4 key positions on the pit wall crucial to your team's overall performance. We here at RacingGames have pored over the game for many hours now, starting multiple saves and scouring the scouting windows looking for the best option for each role within your team. Finally, we found the perfect options, and so I'm Mark from RacingGames, and here are our picks for the perfect staff members to drive you to the top of the grid. Technical chiefs are crucial to your team's car and its overall performance. They head all technical car development for the team and lend expertise to the mechanical design of all car parts. Each technical chief has 6 attributes that contribute to their overall rating. These are chassis, front wing, rear wing, side pods, underfloor, and suspension. As you can guess, each one relates to areas of the car you can develop, and the better your technical chief is in those areas, the better your new parts will be. It's not so easy to sign the best around though, as first they need to be interested in your team. That comes from doing well on race days and picking up big results. The better you are performing, the more staff will want to work with you. So don't think you can start at Haas and just go poaching Red Bull staff straight away. There's also the financial side to consider, as technical chiefs can ask for upwards of $2 million per year. Now, overall rating is a pretty good guide for all staff positions in F1 Manager 2022. But you do want to make sure there are no huge weaknesses in your technical chief that can leave your car unbalanced and lacking crucial performance. As a result, our recommendations are not just a pure overall ranking, but instead a measured consideration of every attribute. Now, the best technical chief in the game is, in our opinion, Red Bull's Pierre Wache. Considering just how fast the Bulls are this year, this does make sense. If you're managing a team towards the back of the grid, however, we recommend going after T Chuang instead. As a free agent, there's no cost of breaking a contract, and he's willing to even talk to Williams, so pretty much any team can sign him. The head of aerodynamics is arguably the most important member of your team. Aerodynamics dictates both how the car produces downforce and cuts down on drag. It also affects the cooling of the car, something that we've seen become a real issue since the switch to E10 fuels this season. Each head of aerodynamics has 8 attributes that make up their overall rating. These are cooling, DRS delta, high speed downforce, medium speed downforce, low speed downforce, drag reduction, airflow management, and airflow sensitivity. This all feeds into the aerodynamic development of the car. The higher your head of aerodynamics is in each of these stats, the faster and more efficiently you will be able to develop each section of the car. Once again though, you need to find someone interested in your team and who you can afford. For the front runners, we recommend Ferrari's Diego Tondi. With his lowest stat still hitting a high of 86, Diego is perfect for maximising every aspect of the car's performance. As for the backmarkers, we think Haas's Aaron Melvin is a good shout, but if you want to save money on breaking contracts, then we can also recommend Christian Rivera. Rivera is actually rated higher than Melvin overall, even though Melvin has better stats on average. Before we move on, have you subscribed to RacingGames yet? Just one click and you're on the RacingGames grid. Oh, and hit that notification bell too so you never miss an upload. Alright, on with the video. Race engineers are unique in that you need 2 of them per team, as each is responsible for one half of the garage. Frontier has created an impressively deep version of the Formula 1 world, and each race engineer comes armed with 3 attributes that go toward their overall rating. These are pit crew management, the ability to effectively communicate with and prepare the pit crew during a race. The higher rating means faster pit stops for the race engineer's paired driver. Communication, the ability to communicate clearly and effectively. A higher rating means faster affinity growth between the race engineer and their paired driver. And feedback, the ability to give and understand feedback on the car's setup during practice sessions. A higher rating means quicker feedback on improving the car setup during practice. These sound fairly detailed, however there are only 2 of the 3 that you should really care about. Communication, as good as it sounds, is much less important. Pit crew management speaks for itself as it will get you faster stops, and who doesn't want that? Feedback speeds up the setup creation process, which is vital to dialing in a great setup, which we explain more about in our F1 Manager 22 setup guide. Now if you're at one of the top teams, there are 2 race engineers you need to hire immediately. First up is Giampiero Lambiase. F1 fans around the world know GP. He's the cool voice in Max Verstappen's ear, keeping everything calm as Max inevitably gets riled up with a problem or just bored because he's driven away from the competition. Then we have Peter Bonington, or Bono to you and I. It's actually a bit surprising that Bono isn't at number 1. As Lewis Hamilton's race engineer at Mercedes, Bono has been a crucial part of the success the Brackley-based team has had over the past few years. Now these guys will be hard to pry away from their teams if you're not managing the top 3, so who else is worth hiring? Well, the highest rated race engineer not in the top 3 is Pierre Hamelin. If you're not familiar with him, you'll know him as soon as I say, "Okay Pierre." Yep, he's Gasly's engineer. Along with Hamelin, you also have Alpine's Josh Peckett, but even those two might be a challenge. If you're at Williams, look no further than Aston Martin to solve your staffing issues. Ben Mitchell is a great choice for your number 1 driver, with Chris Cronin a good pick for your young prodigy. If you can steal both of Aston Martin's race engineers, you're on the right course to beat them on track too. A fast car needs a fast driver behind the wheel. However, most of us will be looking beyond the Lewis Hamiltons and Max Verstappens and instead be on the lookout for the next bright young talent. If you're planning to take Haas from the back row to the top step, or looking to secure another Red Bull dynasty, you are going to need to have your eye on the next generation of talented drivers. Now the good news is there are no super licenses in F1 Manager 22. However, the downside is a driver must be over 18 and have at least 2 seasons experience in either F2 or F3. That means drivers like Isaac Hadjar and Oliver Bierman are too young when the game starts, while Ayumu Iwasa and Chembolok Bassi don't have the required experience. You'll have to wait if you want to hire any of them. For this video, we are setting the cutoff age at 21, and they can't be a current F1 driver. That means we won't be including the likes of Lando Norris, Mick Schumacher or Yuki Tsunoda. Now let's get the most obvious pick out of the way first, Oscar Piastri. The reigning F2 champion is the hottest property in Formula 1, so naturally he is the best young driver in F1 Manager 22. His overall rating of 75 is the highest among young drivers, but his average attribute score of 71 is just 3rd. However, what sets Piastri apart is his braking and cornering, which make him exceptionally fast in clean air. His smoothness and adaptability need some work, but thanks to his high growth potential, you can build those up pretty quickly. Our next pick is Frederik Vesti. Vesti might not be the first name that comes to mind when you think about future stars, but in F1 Manager 22 he is a quality young driver. The 20-year-old Dane is currently in his first season in F2 after consecutive 4th place finishes in F3. He has settled in well in the higher category, already winning a race and claiming 3 podiums in total at the time of recording. Vesti's best attributes are his smoothness and control, which means he is very kind to his tyres and will rarely make a mistake. On the downsides are his braking and adaptability, which will hamper him in wheel-to-wheel racing and mixy conditions. However, his attributes average out marginally higher than Piastri's, so he's a very strong option. For our wildcard pick, I'm going with Jack Doohan. Still in F2, but having moved up quickly from F3 in late 2021, Doohan is a rising star. Since his full promotion to Formula 2 in 2022, he's picked up a pair of wins and very much looked like a potential future champion in the category. In F1 Manager 22, his strongest attributes are accuracy and reactions. Those two combined make Doohan fast and consistent. The downsides come with his smoothness and adaptability. That means he will burn through tyres pretty quickly and struggle in mixed conditions, though that high accuracy will limit any big problems. Now there are plenty of other options for young drivers, but we here at RacingGames believe these 3 should give you enough options when starting out without breaking the bank. Sign all 3 if you wish for a complete overhaul, or just bring in 1 to freshen up your number 2 car. The choice is all yours. So those are our picks for who to hire in F1 Manager 22. Got any picks of your own? Feel free to drop them down below to aid your fellow team principals, and be sure to let us know how our recommendations worked out for you. For now though, thanks for watching. I've been Mark from RacingGames. Be sure to like and subscribe for all things F1 Manager 22, and now I'm off to draw up a budget plan for how I'm going to afford all these staff changes. Maybe if we sell off the wind tunnel. I mean, we hardly ever use it. And whose idea was it to build that pointless helipad?